It is time for some more Path of Exile racing action. We are back with the final race. So we have, for you and your viewing pleasure and our casting pleasure, an Act 5 Kitava Kill Boss Rush event. Possibly one of the more competitive events in Path of Exile racing, with an illustrious history reaching back even to the grand finale of ExileCon. Big race coming your way. Octavian, welcome back, buddy.
And a big welcome back to you too, Ziggy. Welcome back to everybody.
Thank you very much.
It's time for the pinnacle. It's time for the final form.
The
ultimate
race
in
to
PoE
end all
sports.
races. It is.
At least until they bring back Descent.
Oh, yes.
Still
when they bring back
carrying that
Descent
torch.
Champions, Endless Ledge. Oh my god, I can't wait till we get some of that action. ZiggyD, please give us the ability to make custom races.
I was never a big Endless Ledge guy.
You were never big Endless
really
Ledge,
wasn't.
dude? Oh, they were horrifically bad RNG races.
Descent is so much better in my opinion.
Yeah, Descent is probably some of the peak of just good fun Path of Exile racing, regardless of whether you're a pro or not. Very fun. I do hope we get the ability to do some more racing like that in the future. For now, though, we make some awesome racing experiences out of what we have available, the base game, and some clever ideas. But the Act 5 Kitava race is the authentic competitive experience, though. This is a race that has had a lot of practice behind it. These sorts of races have been well practiced, well mapped, and hopefully it's a pretty competitive run here. We've had some great races today in our previous three. Some very close finishes. One of the closest finishes I've ever seen on the first race. So looking forward to seeing how this one works out. And I like finishing on a boss kill too. The boss kills just have a bit more of an exciting finish. I say that, but today's XP race was actually very exciting as far as XP races go, because of how crazy that ended up being with different strategies and a very close finish. But these boss kill races are an absolute pleasure. I don't know if Measureman, his screen is going to come up. I might have to get someone else up, perhaps.
Quantric?
Not available yet. Not available.
Oh, he's
yet.
available on my side.
Oh,
he's slapping a zombie with a scepter because he's a Templar.
Oh, once again with the Templar action. I love to see it. I'll do a refresh and see if I can get them up. For now, though, we have black screen Measureman. Don't know what the deal is there. We'll try and fix it if we can. But up in the top left, we have Chip Idiot with the Scion Mule, Garatha with the Scion Mule, and I'm Exiled down the bottom right with the Scion Mule as well. Measureman is going to bed. It is very late. It's 2:30 a.m. All right, fair enough, Measureman. Thank you very much for the racing action today. Thank you very much for the racing action. We might have instead then two... Wait, no. I can get Park HC up there. I think I can get Park up. Hey, there we go. All right, it takes a little minute for the thing to populate. That's okay. It's just Hillock fights at the moment, although Hillock Scion fights can be particularly brutal. Let's see if anyone has any unfortunate upsets with the Mana Flask, but no, these guys, too pro for that. I'm Exile getting the Hillock kill nice and fast, moving into Line Eyes Watch. Chippy Garatha, nice and clean. Park, coming on through with the Hillock kill as well. Didn't see any crazy drops.
As clean and relatively easy as the Hillock fights are, they're indicative of something that I really like about speedrunning in general, but specifically PoE racing, which is that it takes these smaller things like getting a 3-link or killing Hillock, optimally, and it puts so much of a spotlight on them because that's where you can save those few seconds you might need to, that it makes them exciting again. At least for me.
Yeah, I really like the little things in racing for sure. The little nuances, or getting a big drop off Hillock, things like that. Super exciting for sure. We now see our swap, our Metamorphosis into the Witches. Everything is banked from the Scion Mule. Everything's been stashed and ready for the Witch to grab for the actual race. So far, everyone rolling the Witches for the Act 5 Kitava kill, as it's a bit of a longer race. The Witch does seem to have the generally agreed upon advantage, agreed upon by 99% of races, except apparently Quantric, who likes to play the Templar, which hopefully if the thing fixes up, we'll check in on later. For now, though, we see some fireball action on the Witch. I'm Exile, doing a bit of damage opening, letting Hillock walk forwards on the second phase, so you can't damage him while he's pulling the sword out, so it's the perfect time to kite Hillock over to the actual entrance, so you don't have to run quite as far. I'm surprised I'm Exile didn't pick up more of the blue items there to Vendor, but opted to not. Garatha eating a little bit of damage. Yeah, it's got
previous mule.
Perhaps so. Yeah, with the mule you end up with a little bit of extra currency, a little bit of extra item drops to get. We don't see any boots for I'm Exile. I do see some boots in the inventory, but I don't think they're move speed boots for Chip Idiot.
No, the item bot hasn't pinged any move speed from anybody yet.
So this item bot that we have running, the new technology, actually scans for specific items and then pings. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
The dev who made it is able to customize it and can just give different commands as to what it wants to look for. Like earlier, he was looking for various uniques. Apparently, it's really difficult to tell like whether something is like there's not really a call you can do at the bottom. I'm not sure how it works, but you can't like tell it just look for any unique unless you put in every unique name.
Okay.
So what he was doing was some workaround that for some reason also pulled talismans. So the bot was spitting out a bunch of uniques and then the occasional talisman if someone got it.
Ping talisman.
Which is kind of funny.
Like, oh, sweet, thanks, bot. It amazes me the effort and work that people put into making tools for Path of Exile in general, but especially for the racing scene here, like the fantastic spectating light we have and bots that ping things. And for some of the longer races, we had the things that took automatic screenshots of people's atlases so we could tell their atlas strategy. Crazy.
Oh, apparently it looks for flavor text on an item, and talismans have flavor text.
Oh.
And like normal base items.
Really? Okay. It's like scanning for flavor text. Wow. All right.
Apparently Tabula has no flavor text, so
really?
I'm
yeah,
getting
that's
told this in the background. So he has to put in like a specific exception for Tabula. This is the kind of little things that go on in the background that you might not, know about if you're just casually watching the race comment.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Right.
Tabula has like nothing because it's like its whole thing is its entire thing is blank. It's a blank slate. That's kind of cool. Chip Idiot having a bit of grief with some of the rowers there, but manages to deal with it just fine. Ended up enraging a massive pack, but dealt with it comfortably. Park also going for the Mega Enrage, but has the damage placed down and with excellent positioning and use of skills, manages to clear up those rowers just fine. So Park moving through quite cleanly. I'm Exile coming back for his Tidal Island now. Garatha just starting on his. It's like I'm Exile progressing nicely.
Hawk is our first racer to pick up move speed boots, as he got them from the vendor.
Ah, nice. On his way back in through town then, I guess. Good, checking for those move speed boots, getting them lined up. The flask upgrade, as well as a bunch of item vendors to get that currency. I already see a couple transmutes for I'm Exile, so he's pretty set as far as the transmutes go. You'll have to
An
start
annoying
identifying
Tidal Island layout for Chip. He got the longer layout, and the ramp, which is usually how you tell that you're going the wrong way, can sometimes spawn a little further away. And if it does that, then you just kind of have to commit to the longer path.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate to have to run the full loop almost, basically. It's like Hellreg is like nearly near the entrance at that point. Bark's not too bad, a little bit of a loop.
It feels the worst too, because if you get that layout, it means if you had chosen correctly, it would have been really short.
Yeah. A bit of variance on that one. I like I'm Exile's shuffling of gems whilst using the movement key on his middle mouse button to still move around and use his movement skills and keep them moving. Didn't stop for even a second while shuffling gems. Lesser skilled player, myself for example, sit there, pick a safe spot, sit there for 10 seconds, fiddle with your gems, and then start running again. Maybe sneak a click in here and there. Nah, I'm Exile doesn't even stop for a second. Got some currency delirium for Exile.
Yep, that's what's been mentioned.
I got you, Octavian.
Again, not as good in my opinion as the Essence one. Essence Delirium in Act 1 I think is the big money delirium.
I'm with you. The Essences are basically guaranteed alks, and you don't know what you're going to get with the currency one. You might just get 2 augments. Or a GCP.
Or like a Blessed Orb.
Yeah, a Blessed Orb or a GCP.
Yay! I can get 3% more spell damage out of my Driftwood wand. Thanks!
Dude, you gotta like GCP up those gems mid-race. You just need like
So
2 of them.
GCP is, if you get the GCP, that's when you reroll as a ranger, so you can do the vendor recipe to make the unique quiver that gives you flat
Whoa.
damage and stat.
It's like a 20 quality blink arrow or something. No, wait, what is it?
You need a quality blink arrow, or it might not be
any
blink arrow. You
quality.
need a quality, I think, rain of arrows actually of some sort. It doesn't have to be 20 quality.
Yeah.
Even
No, I
1%
think
will
you're
do.
right. Wow, yeah. I remember that's a crazy, like, obscure recipe. Yeah, I think it has to be any quality rain of arrows. That's some crazy stuff right there.
Not quite as weird and obscure as the reduced block support recipe, which is like it's a puncture gem and a 20 quality. That's a tabula for Chip.
Oh,
Slightly more
Tabula
relevant than reduced
Gamer.
block support. That's a tabula for Chip.
That is indeed. We don't need the item ping bot. We saw that one live. Chip Idiot gets the Tabula Rasa. As we've seen before, though, big pog drop, but sometimes a little kind of a bit of a bait because, yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily want to put the chest on early, and you don't really even have the gems to put in there. Like, you don't have a 6 link worth of gems. You don't even have 2 3 links at this point.
Oh, you got a quill rain too.
Quill rain. Oh man.
Not too useful for this kind of setup. He actually just drops it and leaves. But as I mentioned, basically every time a tabula drops in the course of one of these races, you'd much rather that be a wanderlust. You don't need more than a 4 link worth of damage. Like, there's not much point to that. And 20% move speed is way better. Like, if you're getting a unique from a delirium, you're fishing for wanderlust. It's the big drop.
Yeah, I'd probably rank it Wanderlust first, maybe followed by like Gold Rim or something. Kind of sets you for safety on the race as well. Gold Rim is definitely worth it, but Wanderlust is probably the best in the race situation for sure. I was gonna see if we have. Oh, we do have the list populated with a bunch of other broadcasters now, so we can check in on how some of our other races are going. You mentioned Quantric was playing the Templar action again. We're definitely going to get Quantric in a little bit to have a look how Quantric is going. Quantric on the Templar action. You have to say he's loyal. He's nothing if not loyal. Quantric with the Templar action.
If he was playing something else, I think we've seen him play like Ranger once. I forget which race that was, but I think he did play a Ranger once. He's never defected to Witch that I can remember, though.
Yeah, he's like exceedingly loyal to that Templar action, and hey, I love to see it, and he's been making it work. I mean, that XP race, he did it. He went for a little bit of a different strategy on the Templar action and pulled it off. Did really well in that XP race earlier today. So he's getting, he got 3 uniques and an essence reward tier on this delirium. That is huge.
That's pretty damn nice. Hopefully, well, I shouldn't say hopefully, unbiased caster, obviously. Maybe he gets Wanderlust.
Maybe. I mean, we wish all of the good drops on all the races equally. You know, we want everyone to get the good drops.
Exile is through to his Brutus fight here, though.
Yeah, Exile's pushing pretty hard on the progression.
I'm curious as to whether, like, Chip doesn't even have supports to throw the Tabula on for the fight. There's no reason to. Like, it's just not that good. It'll give him a faster kill on like Innocence and Kitava, I guess. Like the later bosses is where it'll start to be relevant.
Yeah, that's I mean, the Kitava is the end goal.
Like if you go back and you watch Act 5 Kitava kills from, you know, Exile Khan being the biggest one, but even just our recent like method races and stuff like that, Kitava is like made out of tissue paper. He falls over each phase. He gets to do one thing and then he's phased. Damage is not a problem for these guys. Maybe if you knew you were going to get the Tabula, you can reorient your passive tree or maybe some of your gearing a little bit in order to account for that Chip almost getting swiped into oblivion there. But, you know, in order to account for that and pick up some more survivability. But you're probably not going to be able to do that on the fly very easily.
Quantric gets the wrong unique boots, but still at least a little bit of something. Gets the Stone Lazar as well, which again is like an okay little amulet. Provides a little bit of extra survivability, certainly better than no amulet. Generally, a rare is probably going to be better though. But he got the, what are they? What are those boots called? They're like rarity boots.
Wonder
or something.
Trap?
Wonder Trap, those are the ones. Not the Wanderlust, the Wonder Traps. I think they got 10% movement speed on them, if I recall correctly. So still not too terrible, but not the right boots exactly. Don't have that freeze immunity. Don't have that big 20% movement speed, but still something.
They get some stats.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you only get the
some
rarity
stats
when you're with low life too.
Yeah, they have weird ones. Those are weird ones for sure.
I think they're bad. Weird is generous. They're bad.
Weird is weird is, I don't know. I mean, compared to no boots, certainly an upgrade here. We are going to get Taitai Killer in on the top right, booting out Park HC for the moment to see how Taitai Killer is going. We do have Taitai Killer playing on the Witch action as well. We haven't seen too much of Taitai Killer. He did sit out some of the races in the middle here, but this race is of particular interest to Taitai Killer. We know that he did indeed compete in the Act 5 Kitava kill in ExileCon. So, and he had we got a little bit of the Tabula action today, but not for Taitai Killer this time around.
Or Quicksilver for Quantric.
Ooh, extra Quicksilver drop is nice.
I'm curious to see if he does Den now. Like, you could maybe still justify it. Maybe you get the adrenaline, but it's probably best to just skip Den now that you've got the second Quicksilver.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you can just straight up skip it. I mean, we will see. I think we've seen people get Quicksilver and still do Den anyway, but maybe it just helps to skip it here.
His layout read in here is certainly not optimal, though. What were those uniques?
Null Branch and Red. Oh, Doedri's Ring. Which, if I recall correctly, has like some elemental damage on it as well as the curse stuff. I might be wrong.
Which one?
The Doedri's Ring. I think it's like a curse ring, but I think it might have some elemental damage on it. But I might be dreaming. I'm reaching for old memories here.
I think it's got int. I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be nothing. Additional curse and int and something else maybe. But not super useful, unfortunately. But Alk Shards are Alk Shards, the same as Alt Shards also. Or Alt Shards. Anywho, Taitai Killer moving into Cavern of Anger.
A horse, of course.
A horse is a horse, of course. Of course. Indeed. A few players getting a little bit of dead end action.
Commentary's been going on for a while. Quantric is through into his Merveil fight. Despite having a bit of an unfortunate read on the first zone, he's actually into Merveil quite quickly here.
Yeah, hit Merveil just a half a sec before I'm Exile is actually leading the XP charge though, so puts him in a little bit of an advantage, but it's pretty close on the XP at the moment. I'm Exile and him neck and neck in the Piety fight, Merveil even. Yes, like Octavian said, we've done a lot of casting.
There's a lot
the casting
of
quality might be declining.
You know, you could be forgiven for mistaking any particular boss. If you had to guess, like if you had no information and someone's just said, guess which boss they're fighting, Piety would be a very good guess.
Yep, that's, yes, it's the safest guess. If you didn't have any other information to go off, Piety is a safe guess. But no, we have the Merveil fight. Second phase for Quantric, going very cleanly. Positioning has been on point. I'm Exile getting backed into a corner a little bit, but still gets the kill quite cleanly. Actually ahead of Quantric, despite Quantric starting a second before. So Quantric taking a little bit longer in this second phase.
I apparently just subscribed to Taitai Killer.
Apparently I did too. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. We were playing some old school racing highlights in the break between races, and one of them was a classic moment when the casters subbed to, I think it was Dead and Doom? Oh no, Rise QT. Everyone was subbing to Rise QT. I loved it. It was a good time. So thank you for gifting the subs to Taitai Killer, chat. That's very kind of you. Taitai Killer's chat. Good times. Classic reference. I like it. I like it.
Oh, we have a clip. I'm actually not going to spoil it this time.
We have a couple clips, actually. Okay. Now's a good time, actually. Now's a very good time. I kind of want to see if Quantric goes for Den. He did go into Den, or did he change his mind? He changed his mind. He's like, wait a minute. I don't need to do that. Or did he leave a portal?
On.
But he might have dropped the portal.
Second Quicksilver come from?
Didn't he get that as a drop earlier, remember? You said...
Yeah, no, I was. It's okay. It's okay, Ziggy.
Okay, all right. He might have dropped a portal though, so he might actually be going back. Often players will drop a portal at the entrance and then go to the waypoint and then come back, but because it saves a bit of pathing. But it doesn't look like he is, though, so he might have just changed his mind, realizing, hey, I've already got a second Quicksilver, don't need to do Den. Might have forgotten for a second there. Let us have a look at a couple of little clips. I don't know what these clips are. They're clips. I've seen a lot of unique drops for, this is Havoc on the Brutus fight. What was the ice?
Delirium.
Oh, Delirium ice
effect.
projectile as well. That was a very nice Brutus kill from Havoc. Oh my god. Dude, Havoc with the on-point Brutus killing right there. Apparently, Zoig actually smashing it out over here as well. This is a little bit of the behind-the-scenes action that has been off-kill. Zoig moving through his Brutus kill as well. A very clean kill from the look of things as well. Easy kills.
Oh.
Easy kills.
I thought he was going to drop low to the spikes, picking up the loot.
No, the actually our clippers in the background highlighting some very good plays actually instead of people dying. Nice little change. Though in this case, a close call from I'm Exile a little bit earlier, who was about to go into that shrine and eats a ton of damage and is like, hold up, surrounded by Delirium mobs, cancels it. Very quick reactions on the Delirium cancel, likely actually saving his life there. Things could have gone very badly if he had left those Delirium mobs around for another hit on him there, especially backed up against that shrine like he was. A little bit of a close call for sure. Quantric moving into his Fidelitas kill. I believe I'm Exile already done with his. And now I'm going over to the Riverways.
Coming up on it as well. Quantric actually like ahead here of Tai, and I'm not sure about Chip's progression. He's going back to the den now, it looks like. So he's kind of taking a sidestep from his usual progression. I don't know exactly where he's at otherwise.
Yeah, it's a little bit later. Often you see people go back from the waypoint, but it still works as long as you're out. Like, Portal was up, it's not really going to take any extra time. Just opting to do a little bit later. So go grab that second Quicksilver.
We have one more Tabula drop, actually, from one of our racing... One of the people who qualified for the race with a Kitava VOD that they sent to us. The name is... Girdington. I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I feel awful. Girdington.
Girdington picking up the Tabula as well as Chip Idiot. So yeah, do have two Tabulas. Hopefully not Tabulasts. We'll see. Chip has held onto his tab. He's like, I might use this a bit later once he's actually got some more gems to take advantage of it. He might pop that on kind of like in Act 4 maybe. We'll see. I think you'll hold on till then. It's not going to make too much use, but potentially just throw 2-3 links in there for easier gearing, or just go for the 4 link or the 5 link if you can sneak an extra gem in there maybe. We have another clip. Uh-oh. Chat has been hungering for blood. Is this the blood they desire? We have a clip from Garatha in the Delirium action here. We see a lot of the little death effects exploding away. He does get out of there though.
Those are scary small life flasks.
Those, yes, that is a small and a medium life flask. A little bit scary at this point for sure. Nice little zone skip there. Oh, that is a very scary area to be in. Oh no, Garatha. Oh no, that shrine ended up being a big mistake. Oh boy. I could see that it was really a really packed area. The skip was really nice, but might have been his undoing there because kind of kept on rolling. Went for the second skip and hold up. There's a lot of monsters there. Not only was there a shrine, but also a ton of delirium spawns surrounded. Not enough damage to clear those out. Tries to wiggle out, but there is nowhere to go. And it looked like Flame Dash was indeed on cooldown as well. I don't know if he tried to do a Flame Dash and it went off. He had one charge, but might have animation cancelled it, or it might have fizzled because it hit the shrine. But absolutely brutal group hug there, and now chat gets some blood. There is some blood for you. Meanwhile, Weaver for Contract down at the bottom left. And I'm Exile, I think, already done.
We potentially bring Havoc on at some point. He's zooming pretty well himself and has gotten himself a Quicksilver of Adrenaline.
Oh, yeah. Havoc with the Quicksilver of Adrenaline. Possibly a better drop than the Tabula, I would say, at this point at least.
Not even possibly. Just absolutely better than the Tabula.
Yeah, you don't even think it's close. It's like, yep.
I'm not in Camp Tabula at all. Like,
no,
it's
yeah,
great for leveling, if you're doing, if you're leveling as like, just whatever you want to play in the end game, you're leveling as like lightning trap, or you're leveling as explosive trap, or I like trappers basically, then Tabula is great. But if you're doing optimized leveling where you have it all planned out and you're definitely going to have the damage you need for every step of the process, the Tabula is just unnecessary. But an Adrenaline Quicksilver,
always good. There's no downside there. We're going to swap out Chip Idiot for a moment to check in on how Havoc is doing, who just got his Quicksilver Adrenaline and is possibly zooming right now in the second phase of the Weaver kill. Eats a bit of damage.
Oh, gosh.
Eats a lot of damage. We might have been just in time for a kill. No, not quite. That killer making me a bit nervous there with like a laggy looking stream for a second there. He's making some faces. He's pulling some faces. Apparently this is not the only close call Havoc had, because right before we swapped to him and before he started the Weaver fight, he also had another incident. But we know that he's not dead because we just saw him alive. Unless time travel. Moving into the Fetalitis. We haven't seen a Fetalitis death in a while. It's been a hot minute since we've seen Fetalitis.
He's not that scary anymore.
He used to be the scariest.
He's lost his teeth. He used to be a lot scarier back when melee racing was the meta, because if you actually have to hug Fidelitas or Fidelitas or whatever, then you run much more risk of getting shotgunned by the lightning strike projectiles.
I mean, he's scary. He scared Havoc a bit here, though. So he's still got some teeth. He's not all gums yet. Yeah, it's a bit of that's a little bit of a scare for Havoc there. Still proving Fetalitis still has something to offer. Not death. No, we know Havoc's alive. He's on screen, alive. Unless time travel. Death soon.
The hope for death is unending.
Chat is demanding more blood, you absolute monsters. Well, okay, here you go. We have another clip.
It's an infinite well of bloodlust.
It is. There is no sating it, but nonetheless, I will try. We have a clip from Keldorn during the Merveil kill. Second phase. Another Merveil death, perhaps. Oh boy. We have seen some Merveil action today. This might be the 6th death. Oh no, the Screech. The exploding squids? No, just the Screech in the end. The exploding squids kind of herded into the Screech. Smiley face again. Oh no! Was it Keldorn before? I think it might have been Keldorn before. Oh no. That was a brutal combo. There was like 5 squids chasing Keldorn there. Herding. If he had stopped for a second, squids would have killed him. Had to keep moving. Keeps eating the Screeches. Nowhere to go. Tries to teleport, but that Screech constantly a little bit bigger AoE than it looks. That's got a few players today, actually. I think that's the 3rd Screech death.
The chill from it, I guess, is just scarier than I was giving it credit for.
Yeah, she's nasty. She's nasty. I'm surprised we didn't see a squid death there. I thought it was going to be the squids, but once again, the Screech proving to be actually quite lethal. That AoE is a little bit bigger than it looks, eh?
There's the Blessed Orb. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes the currency delirium just trolls you.
The Blessed Run.
It blesses you.
That's it. It's a little RNG boost every time you pick one up. There's the hidden luck mechanic. And people have been talking all about this Terraria hidden luck mechanic, but it turns out Path of Exile actually had this all along. There's a million different little things you can do in Path of Exile to affect your luck. For example, killing Kaduku, sacrificing an item to Kaduku, sacrificing a character if you're playing Hardcore Solo Self-Found. These all have an influence on your luck in the game. An actual stat, hidden for sure. Definitely not lying.
It's like back in Delph League, when you could only get the 4-socket prime resonators.
No! Don't talk about loot seeds! The cursed topic. We're not allowed to talk about loot seeds. It's a bad idea. Once you bring up the idea, people cannot stop thinking about it. What if I have a bad loot seed?
Oh, Havoc. Okay, Havoc. He recognized it quickly enough, though.
Ooh, yeah.
That it was going to be a Voltide zone. He gets another tiny dead end. He had one at the beginning of this zone. This is not a cooperative Vol Ruins for Havoc at all.
Yeah, the old Vol Ruins, the curses of the racing experience, because they often change what is a easy zone read into something far more complex. They can really screw with the zone layouts and create unusual patterns that are difficult to recognize. What do we see? We got some more uniques for I'm Exile on the Delirium action. We've seen a lot of Delirium uniques, actually. From our previous Delirium races, we didn't see a lot. But this time, today, we've seen tons. Tabulas flying everywhere, Wanderlusts, all sorts of things. What will I'm Exile be getting from possibly 2 stacks of uniques here? Hey chat, we have another clip. A boot knife, a Widowmaker, and a gem or something. He doesn't even stop to pick him up, not even considering it. Hey chat, more death? We have a clip entitled, simply, More Death.
I hope it actually is, and you're not promising something to chat that you won't deliver.
Oh, that was... wait, Zoog, no! Hold on, buddy. Kick W. Oh, no. Zoog, he had it. He got away. He almost got away with it. 6 HP. Went down to 6 HP. He's fine. Wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe he should not have gone back? Question mark? What do you think, chat? Oh no, 6 HP and he got away with it too. I can't believe it. He got away with it. Oh, you can't help but kick W after that situation. That's fair. That was definitely a whoopsie moment. Oh no, he was clear. He was in the clear. He was safe. He went back for the essence, did he? He went back for it was an essence of greed. Oh,
that's appropriate.
That's very appropriate.
Ooh.
Chromatic. Oh dear.
I keep seeing things off stream and I can't spoil them.
Oh,
but there will be more clips.
You see, you got eyes. How many eyeballs do you have? With my 2 eyeballs, I have a hard enough time watching the 4 people on screen.
Or
in jars? Hold on. Wait, what? Someone's been collecting metamorph organs for too long. I'm concerned.
There's a reason they named him Octavius.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh dear, I'm terrified.
It wasn't me.
I'm glad Octavian, my fellow co-caster who I love and adore, does not know where I live.
In Australia somewhere. I'm sure I can narrow it down from there. It's a small place, right?
Oh, yep. I live in Australia. That's true. That's all the information you're getting. Come find me. I live in the outback, beyond the black stump, as we say. Out in whoop whoop.
Speak English. Ty, no.
Oh no! What happened? I was watching Quadric. Ty, no, my beloved Ty. What hath been wrought upon you, my sweet boy Ty killer?
I think he was shocked. Like, I think he's shocked by the death, but I think he was also shocked.
Oh no. Yes, I think we're all shocked in this moment. Did Val claim his first kill of the day? Is that what just happened?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. You don't see those too often these days. I mean, Val still has it in him, but... Oof. I'm very curious to see that clip. There you go, chat. Death. Val goes, bro. You can't just shock. Val disagrees. Wow. Well, there you go. We're going to get Chip up on the screen then. Goodbye, Ty. Bye, Ty. Everyone say bye, Ty. Bye. You're gone. You're gone. We'll get a clip, though, to see what happened in just a moment, since I did miss it. I had my eyes zoomed in on the Templar pictures down in the bottom left. I couldn't help myself. And I missed it. So sad.
They really do draw the eye. They're magnetic.
Unlike Octavian, I only have 2 of them, and there is 4 things to look at, so... here we go with a bit of clip action. We'll wait for Havoc to kill Val just in case something unfortunate happens. Oh, dodges the laser. Oh, doesn't dodge that laser. Ooh, 3rd laser was about to happen, but just gets the kill in time. For those of you who missed it, like myself, here is a clip from none other than the Tai Killer. He was about to be killer himself. Val, first phase, obviously smooth, not a problem. Not a problem. He still got fast charges. He's all good. Everything's looking fine. What could possibly go wrong? I don't even know how he could die in here. Lasered?
I do.
Misses? Oh, this... Look at his face. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He was still shocked from that first one.
You can tell he's shocked. Look at his face.
No.
Tie Killer is in chat with the eyes wide. Indeed. Oh no. Expertly dodges the second laser. Dodges around to the other side of Val. Kind of looks like he gets caught. I need to hold on. I need to slow this down a second. I need to know exactly how this went wrong.
Once we get through rewatching Tai's death, we do have Chip coming up on his Oversoul fight, and he's actually put on a fully 6-link Tabula setup for it.
He
so
actually
this Oversoul
managed
should
to
not
find a
last very
6
long.
link? Wow, okay. All right, so we see the perfect dodge, and then Ty's like, yeah, we're good. I'm circling. Stops to attack. Wait, no, Ty, he cast his Orb of Storms at the exact wrong moment. Wait, no, was it? Was he refreshing his Orb of Storms? Ty, your Orb of Storms is already up. You didn't need to recast it. He did. He refreshed his Orb of Storms. It was still going. Oh, no.
Jesus.
Shocked.
The Oversoul's dead. I mean, I guess technically not yet, but it dropped down to like less than a quarter health before it even had time to go under.
Oh,
Chip almost
dear.
one cycle.
Yes, we missed it. You said Chip had his 6-link Oversoul kill was very quick. What does he even put in his 6-link? What do you even put on your 6-link at this point?
I don't know. Maybe I can pull up his profile.
It looks like a 6-link Stormblast mine, or 5-link Stormblast mine, and a 4-linked Orb of Storms in the same links, it looks like, actually.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that would be it. Sharing most of the links there, except, I guess, like Trap and Mind Damage or something.
Mm-hmm.
Good effort, Tai Killer. Sorry about the unfortunate death, mate. It was very entertaining, though. I do have to commend you on that. Definitely get some clappers, get some White People Happy Right Hearts in chat for Tai Killer. Always love to see him in the racing. But he will not be winning this one. Sorry. Ty. Why are you gonna do me like this, mate? Why are you gonna do my heart like this? Death. Clap for death, chat. If for nothing else, clap for death. You like it. I know you like it. Well, we'll see how much of an advantage Chip's extra link action plays for him. You know, I think it's a minor advantage. I've said a little bit about the lack of move speed on the Tabula, but a lot of the gamers will be throwing on chest armors at this point anyway, or very soon, if not now. So maybe that little bit of extra damage might be helpful.
I mean, this is one of the races where you've got a sort of clustering of bosses towards the end, since you do have to go through Act 4 and 5. If it were like a Dominus race or something, I don't think it would have like nearly any relevance, but for something that goes on further into Kitava and past, you know, the gauntlet that is the end of Act 4, that's certainly going to be more relevant.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of single target to be desired in this race, so the boost could be helpful, and there's some stuff he can do with it later as well, maybe with if he goes to like Stormblast Mine and the Lightning Spire Trap, that's the one. They can share supports actually quite nicely, so you could do a double 5-link that way. Maybe.
This is one very dead Piety.
Yeah.
Actually, not quite as quickly as I expected.
think he missed. He missed his mine detonations. Triggered too soon.
Oh, that might be it.
Oh, Chip's,
or maybe they were
Chip's dying.
destroyed? Because Piety does have, like, she doesn't have a ton of damage, but she has a lot of coverage, so she might have destroyed, because you don't have the mines can't be destroyed as a witch. Or even as a shadow, honestly. You don't go for that.
True, very interesting. Well, either way, Chip is, set for gem links. He doesn't have to worry about changing out his other gear too much. Should be nice and simple to do any sort of gear upgrades he needs from here on out. We'll see how he goes with the Tabula action. Who was it that got the other one? Was it
Girdington?
That's right, Girdington got the other one. So we'll see if Girdington is also able to pull something out with his Tabula action as well. We see rank 1, 2, 3, and 5 on screen. I don't know who's in 4th at the moment. Let's have a little bit of a spy, a little bit of a sneaky look at the ladder. Shh, don't tell anyone. But sneakily, I'm seeing that it is indeed Park HC, who's currently in 4th, level 21. Though it is very close, with like the top 6 all being very close to each other there. And again, the XP doesn't matter too much at this point.
He's roughly even on progression with Chip as well. They're basically at the same exact spot, actually. They're both in the like midpoint of the sewers.
Their ranks literally just flipped, I'm pretty sure. So they're pretty much identical in progression and XP at the moment. Exile skipping the Varlorb. Indeed, the Varlorbs are being skipped. You don't see too many Varlorb racing usages. Sadly, I know, sadly. It would be to the crowd's delight to see a Varlorb thrown on a Tabula Rasa in a race situation for sure. But maybe one day, folks. Don't hold your breath until that moment, though. Havoc is
the
going.
Valor Bracer you wish to see in the world.
Yes.
Speaking of,
Become
if you
that.
want to be the Valor Bracer you wish to see in the world, next weekend we are doing a more open qualifier race. You don't need a sub 2-hour Kitava in order to participate.
Yes, so maybe we can share some links, or some of the behind the scenes folks can share some links in chat. You guys, if you are looking to get into it, but keep your ears out, and just in general, if you want to get in and do some racing practice, it's a lot of fun. It'll improve your gameplay for league starts. In my experience, it enhances your enjoyment of the game, and like we've seen new people come to the game, only 2 leagues old, and competing at top level in racing. So it's definitely possible. You just have to get in, do your study, do lots of practice, and you can compete. It can happen.
And it will be a class race, so it's going to be, like Marauders will have their own ladder versus Templars that have their own ladder, and so on and so forth. I think there'll be an overall ladder too, which, let's be honest, will probably be dominated by Witches and maybe Shadows. But if you don't want to compete, against the absolute cream of the crop in terms of classes, you can still work within your own smaller competition and try and be the best Marauder you can be.
Yeah, or the best Scion.
Yes, I forgot that existed.
Sure. I do like the class races for that reason, because you're competing against people with the same disadvantages you have as far as class choice goes. So not a bad idea. All right, we see Havoc throwing on some extra resistances here now. Actually going for the ring crafts. Oops, he's on the second ring. Doesn't realize he's already full there. We're going for the full suite of resistance upgrades. Far sooner than I am used to seeing it, actually. But he's like, no, I want to get all this sorted now. Had the opportunity. He was there. Had the currency, probably the biggest deciding factor. Decides to go for the full suite of crafts. It's not uncommon to see the 2 wands get crafted with resistances at this point. Well, Havoc actually goes all in. Does like 3 items there with resist. So Havoc should be feeling fairly safe now with 450 XP, HP, and a ton of resist.
And it can be quite a relevant point to get that too, given that you're facing a lot of LE damage if you decide to do the Gravicious kill, which in a longer race like this you probably will, because you want that Lightning Spire trap, which I believe comes from this quest.
Yes.
And Piety is, as we said earlier, try LE damage.
Yeah, all the elemental damage from Piety, and then not long after that, Scepter of God with a ton of lightning and ice damage as well, so also a bit scary. So the resists come at a good time. Havoc's Gravicious kill goes very cleanly, and he's onwards to the Piety action. Chip, however, doing pretty nicely on his Piety run. Havoc a little bit behind on progression. Doing fine on XP. All the top 4 players are pretty close on the XPs right now. Who's actually ahead? It looks like we're seeing Exile? Yeah, Exile ahead. He's a good chunk of the way through Linares 2 at this point.
Yeah, about halfway. Basically through the lower floors, however you want to term that. Just one more staircase to go up. And, small layout tip. You always want to be going upstairs in this layout.
Is he going to go for the skip? That kind of looks like the skip's location. Well, he skipped backwards. That's not the skip I was hoping to see. I don't think that was the right spot for it. It kind of looked like it, though. It looked like the same skip that I think it was Havoc did in the other race.
I
think it was. He could have
to see it again.
That actually was the skip layout. He actually could have done the skip there, but
wait, really?
Maybe he does not know. He may not.
It doesn't show up very often, from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's the one though. That's the little knobbly bit with the body pile on the corner. That's the spot. That's the spot where you can do the skip, but perhaps he lacks the information about said skip. Someone has to tell him. Someone has to tell him. Chip. Level 24. A little bit behind on the XP compared to the other races at the moment. Hitting his Gravicious kill. Nicely dodging all of the fireballs, all the firestorms.
And Exile is already entering his Piety kill here.
Yeah, let's see how it goes for him.
That looks real smooth. His damage looks solid.
Piety with the
A little
teleport
bit of a
lightning ball. A little bit scary.
The lightning warp can actually like high roll because it's lightning damage,
Yeah.
and lightning damage can always high roll you, and then maybe also crit. It's something that you can occasionally get surprised by. I've seen it chunk racers for like half their health or more before.
Yeah,
just the landing lightning warp.
The lightning warp is a risk for sure. Piety with the teleport strats also can catch you off guard from time to time, even when you've done the fight 100 times over. Exile played it pretty well though, and pre-killed the frost portal as well, so was able to cleanly finish it off there after a small upset earlier in the fight. Not too bad though. Havoc, meanwhile, starting his Piety kill. Dodges the lightning storm perfectly. Trying to keep that damage up. Kills the portal as well. Nicely done. No frost time for Piety. Nothing. Piety gets a chance to do nothing. She tries to go for the frost. That was that was really clean. Killing that frost portal off. Pre-stacking the damage as she teleported into it. Popping the damage as she got there. Very nice. See how Quantrix goes. She does not have the same luck. There was 2 ice portals over there. He's like, I'll allocate passives. How about that?
Yeah. He used his time wisely. I'll give him that at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. He's like, okay, well, I can't do anything for a second. Might as well do something. Allocate them passives. You gotta love it. That's quick thinking.
Yeah, and it's the mark of quick thinking in a racer, exactly. Like, that's not something you do by rote. That's not something you just learn by practicing it over and over again. You know, the majority of your runs, you're probably not assigning passive points in the Piety fight, but you to have the wherewithal to recognize I have a second of downtime here. Let's assign a passive point in the middle of a boss fight that's otherwise very dangerous.
See, the problem is it would take me that amount of time to think of that, so the moment will have already passed by the time I realized that I could have done it. That's the problem. That's the difference. It's a nice clean run through the cages for Chip, though it kind of ends up getting a little bit caught. Oh no, actually just goes back for the pack kill. Opting to prioritize XP here. Realizes he can cut across for a little bit of a faster routing here. Have it getting started on his Scepter of God.
It seems like he's feeling a little bit behind in XP because he's actually taking the time to kill a lot more packs than we saw Exile. Exile just kind of rushed through these last few zones, or these last few screens, I guess.
Yeah. Ooh, nasty enfilading fire from the tentacle miscreations there. Does manage to get through without any real incident though, thankfully. It just gave me a little bit of pause for a second. But yeah, no, I think you're right. Chip is a bit under XP right now. 5 levels under the zone, and yeah, if he's not careful, potential of snowballing. So taking a little bit of extra time to actually kill those packs a bit more actively. Plays it safe on the Piety kill. Portal's out. Don't know why he went for that portal. Might have been a lot out of class.
His damage looks okay now. His damage looked a little bit awkward at the start of the fight, so it may have been that he was XPing to try and get gem levels too, but I didn't actually see a gem tick up, so...
You got a Storm Prism. Is Storm Prism good? I think it has added lightning damage and blind on it? Or am I thinking of a different one?
Storm Prism I remember Storm Prism being decent for, like, leveling KB back when that was a thing you did, so I think it has local. Yeah, it has local added lightning.
It's true. He didn't opt to sell it, but I think he probably is just not bothering with selling at the moment because he doesn't have a lot of stuff in his inventory. It's bad for spells. Tai Killer from the word of Tai Killer, and bad for spells. I think you're right. I think it was an attack wand. So
yeah, it's local flat lightning. Here.
I just remembered the lightning and blind. Couldn't remember if it was for attacks or spells. Havoc moving through his Scepter of God, not opting to kill too much, just stuff that's in his way. Feeling reasonably comfortable on the XP here, though. Still
we already have Dominus
5 levels.
For Exile.
Yeah, he's there. Oh yeah, Dominus is already on halfway, well, through first phase Dominus. Tanking the lightning, no worries. He's got plenty of resists.
This is a beautiful run so far from Exile. He's been like, I wouldn't say solidly ahead, but he's had a decent lead consistently this whole time.
Yeah, maintaining it quite effectively. Havoc tailing. So it's close enough that one bad zone read will make the difference, though. I'm Exile with pre-stacks on Dominus Phase 2. Dominus Phase 2 taking some big damage from the Lightning Spire traps. Cleans it up.
Like he's not running away with the race yet, but he's just been very consistent. And that's super valuable. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's a huge value in the racing action. Havoc moving into his second phase Dominus. First phase or pre-phase for Quantric at the moment. Watch out for these little exile spawns. We had seen a death from the Cycloner with the Fireball Leap Slammer cleaning up earlier. Quantric taking a bit of damage, but he's got a big flask. He's flasking through, no worries. Havoc confidently taken down his second phase, no worries as well. Chip actually going for the Deliriums and Scepter of God, which is a little bit scary. Gets mixed generic loot. Quantric opting to not face tank the slam, possibly wise. I think we saw a very near miss on a slam earlier today. Pretty fast across the board at the moment for the clearing of Scepter of God and getting into Act 4. So it won't be long. I think this is going to be a pretty fast race overall if they keep this pace up. Could be a pretty fast race. I don't know what the record is for Act 5 Kitava at the moment. I'm curious. I can't remember.
I don't recall it off the top of my head either, but some of the better times we saw in the method race were like around the, what, 112, 113 breakpoints?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think those are actually the record, but those are like quite good recent times that I'm aware of.
It might be pretty close though. I noticed we've like we've progressively had faster and faster times as people work out new tech. They refine the strategies. Quantric going a bit low on second phase dominance, but he's all right. He shrugs it off. No worries. 1 hour and 13. Apparently Chip has had a 1:11. Wow. Okay. I don't think we'll be too far off of that time frame. That around 1:12, 1:13 mark. We'll see. Pretty good pace so far. I mean, it's hard to tell at this point. Who knows what happens in the next act. Chip face tanking. Not face tanking the slam, though. Getting out of there. Dominus is already down, so positioning ready for the next fight.
I was curious as to why the Cyclone guy was chunking so hard. Because we've seen that a few times now, and it's not really been an issue before. And I went to look up the stats on it, and apparently he has extra cold damage, which is something I never knew. And he has 100% accuracy. Like, he just doesn't miss.
Oh.
So that might be why he hurts so hard. Because if you get
okay.
in the Cyclone, you are getting hit. Like, Smoke Mine Blind or Evasion or anything like that doesn't matter.
He's just one of those enemies that you just almost never get hit by, right? Because he's like a slow-moving Cycloner. He's like old school 2012 Cyclone. And you're like, yeah, okay. But, I mean, if you get out of position, he does get you. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, I do. Ty 23 years old, record time of like sub 1 hour was phenomenal, but was a pre-buffed gameplay patch. So Path of Exile got a little bit harder in some recent patches. So things have slowed down a bit.
Bosses had significantly lower HP and resistances, and players had higher damage even. You know, there weren't nerfs to some of the tools that they use.
Not to discredit, it's still an incredible time. And even converted over to this patch, it'd probably still be a record-setting time. It's just kind of like hard to judge it based on current patch levels. So, yeah, I don't know what the fastest is at the moment. Maybe like sub 110, but Chip's 1:11 is the fastest I've heard so far. Very nice. Apparently 1 hour and 7 minutes? I don't know if that's current patch or not. Either way, very zoomy, way faster than I do. At least, oh, that's for sure. Alright, we got I'm Exile moving through his mind. Crystal Veins even. Mind's level 2 for Havoc. Chippity not too far behind. About to get to the boss of Dried Lake. About to take his Vol kill down. But looks like Havoc and I Am Exile duking it out a little bit. Oh, hey, Quantric sneaking into the mines too. I didn't realize. Pretty close there too.
He's the sneaky Templar.
He is the sneaky Templar. Quantric has been very sneaky on his Templar today. Can't believe it. Some crazy plays. We probably got less than 20 minutes in this race, I would estimate. And we see an exceedingly close set of competition at the moment. XP is pretty much the same across the board. Chippity only being a little bit behind. And progression, maybe like 30 seconds difference? Maybe about a minute between Havoc and I'm Exile. No, it must be less than that.
And if it's that close, I don't know. I think maybe the Tabula allows Chip to catch up. I'd be the first to doubt it, but like,
yeah,
the progression is moderately close.
I mean, it could make a difference on those upcoming boss kills.
Now. This is where it's going to matter most, you know?
Yeah, this is the probably tensest. We're moving into the tensest moments. It's basically chaining of back-to-back boss kills from here on out. I mean, we got Duresso, we got Calm, we got the mini bosses here. We've got Malachi, followed by several bosses in Act 5 itself as well. It's just wall-to-wall bosses from here on out. And maybe a single target damage boost makes a big difference. Plenty of time for mistakes, plenty of time for deaths as well.
Here for it, chat. It might happen.
One of the clips that we have in our clip menu isn't even a clip. It's just a title that says, Park has 420 max health. It's getting late. But I would like to give out some love to our clip master in the background. I don't actually know who's feeding the clips.
I think we have a few folks.
I think it's maybe a few people doing it, but our fantastic clip team who snapshot and save all of the rip clips for you chat to enjoy in your bloodthirsting ways. Definitely some love to our clip makers and the all the community that puts together the racing action, giving us such spectacular times. Very enjoyable Sunday here in Australia, possibly Saturday night for some of you, maybe very early Sunday morning at this point. It's been a lot of fun. I'm Exile with the big skips. Apparently, that's what you need to do. I saw him miss one of the earlier zones, but I don't know if it was a possible skip there in the gladiatorial areas. But he's smashing it now. He's already under Calm, and he's already done the other side. I didn't even see his Duresso fight. I blinked and I missed it. I was too busy reading 420 clip.
Perhaps he got the waypoint and didn't do Duresso. We'll have to see.
Oh, he might have split it in half? You might be right, actually. Did he? It feels like he maybe did, because I did not see Duresso. Oh, I'm Exile just made a mistake.
Bit of a misuse of the smoke mine there.
Oh, no. It's happened to me so many times. I try and use smoke mine. I'm like, oh, yeah, smoke mine looks like a good move skill. And then I end up teleporting backwards. Just happened to I'm Exile. Makes me feel better. The races are also human. The accidental backwards teleport. Worst casters ever, lol. Indeed, I agree. If only I could grow a second pair of eyeballs so that I could have one eyeball focusing on each screen. I feel like I will endeavor to do so.
Havoc definitely is killing Duresso, though.
Yes, and not killing, has killed past tense. Very fast Duresso kill there, actually. More death, please. Well, I'll see what I can do for you. I'll send my death energy at the races. Only 2 sets of eyeballs? I got a second set of 2 sets of eyeballs. I don't know. I can't keep it. My brain is melting. Don't worry about it. We see Havoc now moving into his calm stream. Going for the Lava Fall skip. He gets it very quickly, actually, as well. Sometimes you see that racers fumble with it, try and find the right pixel. Havoc gets it immediately. Very Havoc nice skip. Fumble. Going for it again.
Oh, he's got another one? Oh, Havoc don't beautiful. Fumble.
Back-to-back Lava Fall skips. It's like that zone never even existed. He just teleports through there like it's nothing. We did not see that.
It's old school. Chip. It's back when there was one count. It was a while ago, right? There was one calm zone and it was massive and everyone hated it.
Not Havoc though. He's taken full advantage of the skip opportunities to put some serious pace in, and that's very nice to see. We see Calm Stronghold just getting started for Chip Idiot, and Havoc meanwhile taking the lead, being a good chunk of the way through Calm Stronghold at this point. And I'm not sure where Contrary's at. Just the start, I think.
Exile has killed off both of his bosses, though. Has gone back for the Duresso kill now. And I think is the furthest along in terms of progression.
Yeah, so he held off the Duresso kill until a little bit later, but did his Calm in the meantime, and then went and speed killed Duresso. So actually taking a little bit of a lead here. The others still have the Calm fight to go. Chip ends up getting there first. Somehow, I don't know how that happened. I swear Havoc was ahead. Looks like Havoc hit a dead end. Yeah. A little bit of a dead end, bit of backtracking, set him behind.
Cost him the time he saved with the skips.
I know, right? It even back out. Crazy. Chip going very low, all in on the Calm fight is like, I am going for the kill, even if it nearly cost me my life, which it almost nearly did. Havoc
through this race, I might like go back through the VOD and sit and watch Havoc's kill versus Chip's kill to see if there really was a super significant difference in how quickly that Calm died because of the Tabula. Because it honestly didn't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't know what he ended up using as that extra link. I mean, it's kind of helping a little bit on his clear as well, because his Orb of Storms ended up with an extra link since he was able to socket them both in there. So it might just be a little bit of extra clear speed and maybe not as big an impact on the boss killing. Oh, Chip hasn't done Duresso yet. Oh. Getting turned around there. So Havoc actually still having the lead. I thought Chip had caught up somehow, but no. Had set aside his Duresso kill for a little bit later. The order confusing a bit. So that puts Havoc at a bit of an advantage here. However, I'm Exile. Don't sleep on him because Billy the Beast level 2. He's on his way.
And I'm getting told by support that there's more death loaded up in your
Oh no.
Whatever you want to share with chat.
It's really hard to fit death clips in at the moment because there's like back-to-back bosses coming. But I'll try and sneak in some death for chat
Just
soon.
watch everything, Ziggy.
I'll try, but it's difficult. We don't want to miss any live action death. Like Exile just got slapped by Piety for half of his health, but thankfully Piety's a bit slow between animations, so you have to make some big mistakes to die in this fight.
Taking the laser is one of those big mistakes, but I'm Exile,
yes,
despite saving it to the last second to dash out of the way, does dash out of the way each time, which, that's optimal to do. You want to get as much DPS out as you can before you need to dodge.
Absolutely. I'm Exile cleans up through the Piety kill. And Chip now moving through his Belly of the Beast one. So about one zone behind, and Havoc is, he's just kind of starting his. Havoc is a good chunk of the way through his Belly of the Beast 2, doing his Piety fight now as well. So just a little bit behind Exile. Maybe 20, 25 seconds behind I'm Exile.
And Quadric is still, like, competitively in the running here as well in the Belly of the Beast leading up to Piety, I believe.
Oh yeah, there's like about a zone's difference in this in total for everyone. For 4 people as well. We've seen a lot of like close 2-way battles and close 3-way battles, but there's actually a pretty damn close 4-way battle here, which keeps things nice and exciting.
Ooh, I'm Exile's lightning res doesn't look too healthy.
Ooh, yeah, a bit of damage taken there. Getting started on the mini bosses with the first of the mini bosses for Malachi and Shav Roan doing a bit of damage. A little bit ouch.
And the Duedre fight is always super rippy for the racers because both Enfeeble and Temporal Chains will slow your kill down. So optimally, you want to be standing in Vuln, which makes you most, vulnerable to being overlapped on by the Fizz Proj that she'll spit out and just absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, it's like the big risk reward there. It takes way too long to kill her otherwise, but certainly enhancing that risk quite a bit. Havoc on his Malagaro fight goes pretty cleanly. We did see a Malagaro death today. We do know it's possible. I'm Exile starting his Malagaro fight. Hopefully no upsets here. Big pre-stack damage.
He can dunk you if he wants to.
Yeah, he can do it. We've seen it. Big slaps. Oh, getting a little close. I'm Exile dodges out of the way at the very last microsecond. Pictosecond even. Chip idiot. Now getting started on the harvest. So everyone is... wait, no. Quantric's still on the Piesto fight, so almost up to the harvest. Shav fight goes down very quickly for Havoc. Not a problem. I'm Exile first to get started on the Malachi fight. Pre-stacking and getting ready for the first phase. Watch that slam.
And ready to transition into the final act of the race as well.
That's it. We don't have long left. It's like 15 minutes? Less than 15 minutes, possibly.
I mean, if we see similar times to what, Exile was able to put up the last time I saw him do in one of these races, 15 minutes is a very accurate estimation, I'd say.
We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. I'll try and sneak in some rip clips if I can, but I don't know that I can. Maybe after they all clear this section, we have like a little bit of a moment before the next boss, since they have to run to... Ooh, Chip eating some big vulnerability hits from Duedre there. Very scary, especially scary when she starts spitting out the tri-bolts, which is 100% one-shot Svil at this point, especially in vulnerability. Chip zoning in a risky fashion. Close.
The Duedre fight is like, it's even more of an example of risk versus reward than I initially thought, because you still also want a cursor with conductivity. And as you know from that one interview you did with, I think it was Neon, it might have been somebody else a long time ago, when I think it was Rory actually, when you curse Duedre, she will sit there for a few seconds and then eat the curse and gain extra chaos damage.
Yes, she consumes curses on her. In all of her variants, actually, I believe does that. Maybe not the trio fight, but she consumes it and gains Unholy Might for added chaos. It's pretty brutal. It's very scary. Often something it's easy... a mechanic that it's easy to miss. Second phase getting started for Havoc, doing big pre-stacks, is getting it ready. I'm Exile's on his final heart. So pretty much this full phase ahead. Eats a mine, eats a degen circle, not worried about it, just sitting in the degen circle. He's not worried. Havoc's heart's going down very fast. So much boss killing going on screen. Chat, I hope you've got many eyeballs because you need them. I'm Exile gets the kill, insta-logs out. He's done it. He's done it. He's on to the next act.
Takes off the chest piece for faster movement through town.
Town movement speed.
Perfection.
Eking out every advantage possible. Love it.
Doesn't actually get his quest reward there. Usually you'd pick up chain.
No, I guess he's gonna be rushing straight for the boss at this point. So he's like, I don't care about the extra XP hassle. Plus, it's 38, so they might not even hit 38 in this race.
That's a very good point. I had
probably
not
not gonna
considered
use
the level requirement on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense then.
Well, I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if they fight Kitava at 35, 36, based on what we're seeing for Exile.
They're not reaching 38. Not if they're winning. They're not reaching 38.
Yeah, it's not if they're winning. That's true. I'm Exile, the first into Act 5 officially, absolutely flying. Really stellar performances from I'm Exile today. Making a name for himself, I think, in today's racing session. He said kind of had a bit of a impressive showing in the last set of races as well, which I did unfortunately miss, but making a name for himself for anyone who might have missed it today in fine form. However, the threat, the pressure is still there. Quantric moving through the second phase of his Malachi fight in short order. Chip progressing through the ascent, will be in the next act very soon. Havoc just starting on the next act. About one zone, a little bit less than one zone's difference between Havoc and I'm Exile, so give that 15, 20 seconds max difference.
Yeah.
That's like 2 dead ends difference.
It's managed inventory, you know, that sort of small thing.
Yeah, it's could be a collection of small errors or a collection of small advantages here that could see Havoc take over if I'm Exile's not careful. At the moment, though, he's been maintaining that lead pretty consistently for the past several zones.
Ooh, that was a little scary. The lightning whip's there. Oh, that was a... I didn't realize you could dash through that. That was cool. He kind of skipped a corner there.
Was that the little quest where the quest thing is, or somewhere else?
He's not bothering going for the Miaz meter.
Sure. Why would you? Looks like a little bit of backtracking for Chip. That's unfortunate. Bit of a dead end there in slave pens. Not ideal. Looks like I'm Exile's run through control box is very good. Dude, he looks like he's playing so fast. Oh my god. Havoc on the boss kills, so he only has a little bit to go as well to catch up. He might have actually closed that gap a little bit with his zone clear. I'm Exile is not slowing down though. Although he looks like he's got some IRL distractions.
If there's anybody you want nipping at your heels, it's definitely not Havoc, though. Havoc is the kind of player who can find those little advantages and, you know, just will be consistent. You make a mistake, he's not gonna. He's gonna catch up.
You're making me imagine Havoc as like a little chihuahua or something, nipping at your heels.
That's not the image I was trying to conjure up. Yeah, I'm sorry, Havoc.
It's not quite.
I was trying to conjure up more the image of like, have you played the Resident Evil games? Like the juggernaut looking guy that follows you wherever you go. Mr. X, is that his name?
Oh, okay. Giant, hulking, terrifying presence chasing you that you cannot possibly escape. I get you, okay. That isn't how you imagine Havoc? No, it isn't.
Oh, Chip, careful.
Chihuahua is not exactly it. Woo, that zoomy shrine. Chip going at mega hyper velocity has been engaged. Justicar Caesius is down in a matter of seconds. A very nice adrenaline shrine there, exactly when you want it. Ooh, yeah, nice teleport through the final section of the zone there too. Shame he didn't get there a little bit earlier. I had like still 29 seconds left on that adrenaline shrine, but getting it right before the boss. Ooh, nice. Havoc with the big clear through Chamber of Innocence. We know that Havoc is particularly familiar with Chamber of Innocence. He's spent a lot of time in here today, a lot of practice runs. So, but this time we won't be seeing Havoc XPing because he's going as fast as possible for those boss kills. We actually have indeed seen Havoc overtake I'm Exile in the progression. If you look at that map, Havoc's done more of it. Look, there's more explored. So I'm Exile, who was like 20 seconds ahead of Havoc, has lost that lead. Havoc, with his familiarity of Chamber of Innocence, possibly giving him an advantage here.
The room that's basically just a figure eight. It's a complex layout to read.
It's a very easy layout, memeing a little bit, but Havoc somehow still overtaking I'm Exile, who had held a lead for quite a long time, actually. So
Exile did actually have like a little, not so much a dead end, but explored a good amount more of the zone than was really necessary. If you look down at the bottom of his minimap there.
Oh no, I'm Exile got he's lost, a bit lost. Not ideal. Oh, just loses his lead to Havoc and then compounds upon that by losing a few more seconds.
I mean, that's really small right there. That's literally like 1 second, but it's another corner you didn't necessarily need to go into. Like, this is, Havoc is relentless. Those small things are what's going to cost you. You know, I'm not trying to rag on Exile's performance. This is a fantastic run, but you got to do fantastic plus. You know,
it's going to come down to these like 1 second lost here and 2 seconds lost there, I think, in this one. We do see first phase coming up for I'm Exile, second phase for Havoc. So very close, same boss fight, but a distinct lead to Havoc now. Can he maintain it? Can he grow the lead? We'll see if he plays like he's been playing. Chip Idiot also starting the fight. Still very close overall. And Quantric just now starting the zone, so falling a little bit behind, but, well, I stress the word little bit here. This is exceedingly close. Oh, Havoc!
No,
that's one way to throw away your lead.
The flashlight of justice.
Yep, getting shined a light on him. That was very scary. Got a lot of stacked up damage from that Scorching Ray there, going very low, down to 1/5 HP. Thankfully able to just sneak out of there, and has the right flasks as well, making a big difference, I'm sure. Yeah, a little bit of singeing, a little bit of a singeing. He's feeling a little bit hot, a little bit sweaty maybe after that. Oh boy, some big Scorching
Second
Ray
laser is dealt with much more cleanly.
Havoc with the Tier 23 style boss kill, killing the boss and leaving them as it's dying. I love it. Very fast. No time wasted on the boss kill. No time to celebrate your victory. It's time to move. There's a greater victory yet to be obtained, as Havoc now makes the final run to Kitava. Trust me when I say that there is almost no time between killing Innocent and then starting the Kitava fight. It is a matter of seconds. So if the other folks are going to do something to catch up with a Havoc now, they're going to have to do it very soon after the Innocence fight. Havoc so far, we're going to be watching him very closely, because if Havoc makes any mistakes here, that'll give the other players the opportunity to catch up. Could end up coming down to the Kitava fight.
Your life.
Yes,
like the next couple of zones you go through are some of the rippiest in the run as far as the trash monsters are concerned, because you're massively underleveled and you're fighting Kitava heralds and wraiths that temp chains you.
Yeah, very scary zones for sure. And then definitely potential for upset itself in the Kitava fight. Havoc off to go grab the staff. He's got this zone, a half zone to run through, and then the roof, and then it's Kitava. So no time left at all. Chip getting started on his Torched Courts, and I'm Exile at pretty much the exact same points. These two are very, very close to each other. At this point, XP doesn't matter. We do see a little bit of a level lead on Havoc, but the other two are likely going to hit 36 anyway, just incidentally. At least Chip Idiot certainly will. Quantric a little bit over-leveled and a little bit behind in progression, it seems.
Both Exile and Chip are under-leveled for their gems. Gems don't, they don't care whether or not you can keep going. They'll keep leveling up and, eventually outpace you, as they don't get XP penalties, whether for being over or under-leveled on a zone.
Yeah, for reference here, the players are about 9 levels under the zone levels, so that's why you start to see the gems graying out like that. It's the point where if you tried to start XPing now, you couldn't even really. It snowballs real hard. You have to actually go. If you make a mistake like this in an XP race, you have to go back and farm somewhere else. Havoc is on the rooftops. We're going to be watching very closely to see if he has any upsets. Oh, there is a hasted pack there. You want to get away from that. He does decide to back off. loop around the pillar, put a bit of concrete between himself and the enemies. A smart choice. He doesn't want to be taking any risks of death here to throw away what is a very strong shot at a victory here. Another hasted aura. Woo! Very clean run through that gap there. Didn't get caught on any of the corners. Back in the way, blows it up. Super clean run through the rooftop there for Havoc. Starts the Kitava fight.
There used to go back to the beginning of this act even, and there was a zone or maybe a half a zone lead for Exile. And now Havoc is at the fight and Exile ain't even on the rooftop.
I know, it's insane how much he caught up and then overtook Exile. I don't know how he did it with Exile maintaining his lead for so long. Havoc's just like, okay, time to sprint. He'd been drafting that whole time, getting the lowered wind resistance from running behind Exile, and now conserved his energy. Full sprint mode. Kitava fight happening. I kind of want to full screen it, but I can't because Chip is about to start as well. Nonetheless, Havoc dodging the explosions. That's good. Taking the safety portal, very wise. Not taking any risks here in this Kitava fight. Heart Phase presents a little bit of danger at 9 levels under the zone. It's a big... Oh, Havoc eating a bit of a slap. It's okay. Enough damage to take the heart down. Chip Idiot starting his fight. Actually overtaking Exile as well. Got such a lead earlier. Very impressive effort. Havoc dodging the explosions comfortably. Chip positioning perfectly for the arm sweep. I think Havoc might have this. The second heart phase is the scariest. Big pre-damage stack.
Flicker strike.
Oh yeah,
but
eats
you
a slap.
can smoke mine to blind it. He's actually purposely smoke mining on top of the melee guy.
Wow,
because then it just does basic attacks. It doesn't flicker you, and you also get the blind on it. So it makes it way safer if you're on top of him.
Yeah.
Also, Chip had a really close call with a wave there.
Havoc taking full advantage of all of the possibilities of smoke mine, and oh my god, very safely doing it. Not even a problem at... Oh, Chip going exceedingly low. Problems for Chip, though. Oh my god, you're right. Mega problems for Chip. Havoc indeed does it with not even giving the others a chance to catch up. No mistakes made from the moment he took the lead. Played absolutely perfectly. Definitely a well-deserved victory for Havoc. There on the top left, getting his Kitava kill. But who will be second? I don't even know. They're both spitting the heart out. Is it the same heart phase? No. Chip is one heart phase ahead.
Much lower health for Chip.
So unless he makes a mistake here, Chip will be taking second place. Can he do it? He went very low a second ago. Second heart phase comfortably. Exile taking some damage.
If you're Exile, you gotta like look back through the VOD and wonder what exactly went wrong, because he had such a solid lead through like all of Act 4 and even the beginning of 5.
Yeah, I don't know how he lost it there in the end. Chip does indeed secure second place after very nearly dying in the battle there. And Exile looking to take his third place as Quantric just starts his fight. Super close finish in the end. Exile having many close calls in this fight as well. Dodging the slams comfortably. Gets his kill as well. That was the kill? No, wait, one more heart phase to go. It's not over yet. See if he takes advantage of that smoke mine action. Or if he just goes straight for it.
Quantric has got to be hoping for a rip here to the flicker guy.
Yeah. Oh no. Exile. Screen's blurring up. Exile taking some big damage. He's not going for the smoke mine strats. He's just going for the as fast as possible kill. And he does get it. Taking a few digs and slaps, but secures the victory. Definitely congratulations to Exile for taking third place there. Huge finish.
He's still going, isn't he?
Wait, no, he's still going. Wait.
Am I behind?
Oh, there you go.
I think he has one more heart phase, right?
Wait, or is this what? No, he did it. There's the one little bit after the heart phase. It gets me every time, too.
He's fine.
It's such a confusing boss fight for the finishing of a race. Exile does it. He takes third place. Huge race there. Big finish. Congratulations to Havoc on taking first. Chip Idiot for second. And Exile for third. Super impressive run from everyone. What did we see time for Havoc? It was like 114 something. Pretty damn good run overall. Very good.
A low 114, I think.
Very impressive stuff. And Quantric also securing his victory in fine fashion. Definitely worthy of some applause, folks. Whether you clap metaphorically, physically, in real life, or in chat, it is up to you. But either way, absolutely worth it. Good job on all our races. And what an awesome day of the Path of Exile racing action. Very cool stuff. Havoc with the host. Thank you very much, Havoc, and congratulations, mate. Congratulations, most of all. Yo, we, chat, would you like some death to see us off here today before we go? This clip says, show this to Oct if you want to make him... I don't know what. It cuts off at that point. I have a clip for you, Octavian. I don't know what it's about.
Want to make me?
It's, Park with the cremation action on Dominus.
Oh my god. The cremation king. He's back to reign over us all once again. Look at that damage.
That's some
You think lightning
damage.
skills can do that kind of damage? No, this man spits hot goddamn fire.
Spitting fire. And mid-fight, getting extra damage, so the second phase is going to be even more impressive, possibly. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if he dies. I kind of hope for your sake, Octavian. Not for Park. It would be a shame for Park, but for you, Octavian, I hope he dies during this second phase.
Why? Why would you wish that upon
Because
me? I thought we were friends.
It'd be funny.
No, he ain't gonna die. Look at this. Look at this. He's fine.
No, he's not gonna die. Thanks to save the portal.
That kind of thick, creamy damage. He'll be fine.
Disgusting. Thank you. I'm going on to the next clip. We have some death for you, folks. We have some death. Yeah, I know you want it. We've saved some death up for you at the end here. Who have we got? We've got Pete, mate, second phase Kitava. No, not Kitava. Dominus. Oh, no. Oh, no. No! Don't send us clips like this. Don't send us clips like this. No, that's the thing. I can't see it either.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see. I understand now.
That is not the sort of death that I want to see. No, chat. We don't clap this death. No, chat, don't clap this death. That's not a happy death. I'm very sorry that we had to see a death like that. Pete, you did not deserve that. The worst of us do not deserve it. I'm sorry to see it for sure. Let's go on to something a little bit more positive, like someone dying to the game and not the internet. Here we go. We got Girdington, our other Tabula gamer, eating a big swipe, eating some bleeds. He's fine. He's fine. No, he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's not okay. He wasn't okay. The character's out of your league and you know it. Oh, the insult to injury. Oh,
it's awful when the game is snippy with you.
Yeah, very.
Sassy.
Ouch. Eats the slice from Dominus, is getting bled, flask pressure on. Tentacle miscreations come out of nowhere, start barraging. Ouch. Was already very low, gets taken out whilst trying to portal. Clicks on the portal, almost makes it. Not quite. Brutal. Wait, hold on. What's this clip? Didn't I already look at this one?
More death?
No, this is a new one. Oh, wait, this is our cremation. Our cremation champ is back, Octavian.
Cremation king, excuse me.
Cremation King is back, but that was a vulnerability hit. Did you see that bleed?
That was, yeah.
Ooh. So she doesn't normally have bleed, by the way, folks, but vulnerability adds a chance to bleed, even to monsters. And as you can see, oh boy, it's a bleed. When you take 600 points of damage on a 700 point life pool, that you know that's going to be a big bleed. The vulnerability is still in effect, and oh no. Survived the hit,
a very
sure.
sharp tongue.
Yeah. Or spit, hunk of meat being spit at you. I don't know what she does exactly.
I think it was the tongue. He got tongue.
Oh, you're right. It was a tongue lash. She gave him a real tongue lashing. Oh my god, you're right. That is actually a tongue lashing. She tongue slaps him. Oh my god, that bleed though. I actually would have lived, but nope. Not even any time to realize you're bleeding at that point. You don't expect it because, no, man, it never happens. What is it, like 10, 20% chance of a bleed happening from vulnerability? Brutal. Brutal. An absolute tongue lashing. I don't know. That might be it for the death, folks. We have another clip here, though. One final clip to see us out. Oh, we have some slow motion clips. Let's go back up to 0.75. A very close call. A fairly close call. Not too much sweat. No, he's comfortable. Calculate. Look, doesn't even blink. Doesn't even blink. I'm Exile, not even blinking. Not even worried for a second. Alrighty, I think that's it for the blood and the death for you today, folks. Congratulations to our winners. We had a bunch today. It was a very fun set of 4 races. I do hope you enjoyed it. And first, I would like to say, Octavian, thank you for casting with me, mate.
Thank you for casting with me. Turn it around on you. Didn't expect that, did you?
Whoa. No, I did not. No, Octavian, my pleasure, mate. My pleasure. Also, mega shout outs to Rex and Brittleknee. I wish I knew everyone else's names who helped behind the scenes, but I might have to make a list at some point. But Brittleknee for getting the racing stuff still happening. You know, there was a void left over when Camel stepped down, but Brittleknee's like, I want the racing to happen. I'm going to make it happen. It's a huge amount of work. She stepped up to the plate and made the racing happening. Rex for being benefactor, another mysterious donator for donating a huge prize pool. I think we had over $900 in prize pools that got split up between the races today. Very awesome to see. Everyone who works behind the scenes, and chat finally. You guys are all right too. Thank you very much. The live viewers.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool to see your enthusiasm in the chat. You're clapping. You're doing the claps for death. Makes me happy. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm ZiggyD here with Octavian. And, well, thanks for watching. I said it already, but bye.
Bye forever.
Bye forever. Bye forever.